In the following video, I will do a forecast for the upcoming weeks for some of the most traded forex pairs. In that forecast, I will do a technical analysis indicating the trend, but also some interesting buy and sell areas. But I will also go over the economic calendar to show you what events are most important and what events you should be looking out for. Welcome back, everybody, to this forecast for the upcoming week. So other than my previous 5 weekly forex forecasts, now I will actually start with the technical analysis of the forex pairs. So I haven't said what pairs I will be analyzing, but I will put it in the title and the description. The pairs will be Euro against the Australian dollar, Euro against the New Zealand dollar, Great British Pound against the Australian dollar, Great British Pound against the New Zealand dollar, Great British Pound against the Canadian dollar and against the US dollar, and then lastly the Great British Pound against the Japanese yen. So those will be all the pairs. I will first do a technical analysis. I am using a swing trading approach, so I am on the daily time frame. And we will start with the Euro against Australian dollar. As you can see here, we had a very fruitful trade this week for something like 170 pips, but was also visible on our Instagram account. Basically the same name, Linux FX Capital. And right now in another trade, I think this could be a very nice long-term swing trade, but then it does need to break through this trend line. Because overall the pair is in an uptrend, but this trend line is proven to be quite strong. So it has to break through this. And possibly there is a retest to be taken on that, but that could be somewhere around here, which I will post updates on. So around the 1.61. Trade I've taken here was because of the 200 EMA in the key level and 1.595 price level was. So updates on the break retest of this trend line I will post on my on our Instagram with price levels too, and that is almost it. I think if this is not the best entry, then I think this could be the best entry, the 1.59 together with the trend line. But that will only be good, I think, in the second half of October. So next pair is the Euro against the New Zealand dollar. I don't have any new setups on this, but you could see that I had these 2 sell areas set up since previous week, and it actually touched this sell area very well. And you could have also taken it from this sell area, but you just would have had some drawdown. Right now I think the price might go on to be in a downtrend, or it might consolidate a little bit lower, such as right here between the 1.68 and 1.65 maybe. But for a real trend to be determined, I need some more confirmation to the downside probably, but that is not here right now. So the Great British Pound against the Australian dollar, we incurred a loss right here because I had a trade right here. If you would have placed it exactly at the trend line, you would have made around 50 pips and you would have gotten out at break even. But I didn't. I just had it at the lower end of this green box, so I think it was up 13 pips, but that's not enough. So again, GA is in an uptrend, but it is kind of going down, so it might consolidate a little. Even when it is consolidating, I think this area, so 1.848, 1.844, around the 200 EMA is a very good buy area. If it is in an uptrend still after buying that, then it's a good swing trade. And if it isn't, I think it's a good trade as well, because I think this would be the lower bound of the consolidation it will be in if it consolidates. So the GC pair had a nice trade here as well, a small day trade. And now, although there was some bullish momentum coming from here, I think still you could take a very nice day trade, albeit from this area. So 70.40 70.25 maybe, just based on this trend line, the key level and the Fibonacci. As I said, a day trade, I think maybe 50 to 80 pips and nothing more. But I think that could be very nice, because I think the price from here on will consolidate a little bit more. And the Great British Pound against the Japanese yen. Again, I just need some more confirmation on this, because the Great British Pound against the Japanese yen and the Great British Pound against the US dollar move quite alike. And GU or cable has already broken through this resistance, or kind of the same level. Well, against the Japanese yen, it still found support. So possibly this could be a nice trade. I will not be taking it, but if you want to bet that it will be in a small downtrend from here on, then this could be a nice nice day trade. But for me to confirm that it is a downtrend, it really needs to break through this whole key level. And before that, I will not really trade this pair, I think. Again, if I will do it, I will post updates on my Instagram account. So the Great British Pound against the New Zealand dollar is very weird at this moment. Very weird candles and wicks. It kind of looks like it is going to be consolidating. I still think this is a nice sell area, so 1.998. But I just doubt that it's going to reach this area. So it might go consolidating a little bit between 1.98 and 1.93, but it could also go into a downtrend from here. It's just waiting for a little bit confirmation, but I think this pair is looking quite weird, so I don't really know where that confirmation has to come from. Maybe a break of this support trend line could indicate that it will go into a downtrend, but I am not quite sure. So again, updates will be posted. I think probably in next week's forecast, because that pair does not look like it's going to be moving at all. So as I said, the Great British Pound against the US dollar, it broke through this or support or key level and actually took the retest. As you can see, did very well on the 50% fib. The very good retest, basically, very textbook. Could have grabbed a few pips on that. 28 at this point. In my opinion, this area is not valid anymore. Maybe if it goes down a little bit from here, so possibly to the 1.35 and then bounces up again, then maybe you can take the break retest from 1.6 or 36. Yeah, I think that could be a nice trade, but it also depends on how the price opens next Monday. If it opens very positively, then I will not take this trade. If it opens a little bit bearishly, then I will take this trade. So that's the technical analysis part of this Forex weekly forecast. If you have any questions about this, just let me know down in the comment section. Now let's get on to the economic calendar. So now we are in the economic calendar. I think that's very important too for a complete Forex analysis, looking at the fundamentals basically. So we're just going to go over the economic events and I'll tell you which ones are really important, so you should look out for, and which ones aren't really. So Monday, not really important at all. Tuesday, market services PMI of the Australian dollar, that's important. Retail sales and the interest rate decision, also important. All of these PMIs, not really important except for the Euro one and the Gbp one, UK one. And then of course these US dollar events are very important, namely the PMIs and the economic optimism. I would always look at. It's quite important. And then if you have any spare time, I would look at these Fed speech and this ECB speech as well, although I do not think that they will say anything too out of the ordinary. New Zealand dollar interest rate decision, very important. Retail sales of the euro, important. Construction PMI, not important. Again, these speeches, if you have time, just look at it. And employment change is also important. Basically, I tell this in almost every weekly Forex forecast. all of the US dollar events are more important than other ones, and all of these individual European countries are not really important. I mean, this is Austria, yeah, Austria, and then it gets high impact. That's just not true. Then we have this, the monetary policy meeting. That's quite important. I would definitely take a look at that. And otherwise, I would not trade in the euro if you cannot look at that. And in the initial jobless claims and the continuing jobless claims, as always, very important. Together with the PMI, again, some speeches. Excuse me. I don't think they'll be too important. And then Friday, I think the most important day. And this day also tells us that we should take this day into account for the whole week, because it is NFP week, so the non-farm payrolls, and they always make the market move very crazily. And in my experience, the market moves quite weird the whole week before the non-farm payrolls. So just watch out for unreliable trades and just trade a little bit less maybe. Unemployment rate, important too, balance of trade, not. But as I said, non-farm payrolls, extremely important. If I were you, I would just not trade this Friday and just look what's happening. So that's the week in economic events, and having finished that, we have actually finished the fundamental part of this weekly Forex forecast. So thank you all for watching and listening, and again, if you have any remarks, any questions, ask me down in the comments, and I will make sure to answer that as soon as possible. As for now, thank you for watching and listening, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.